Yeah, good night. We're there with you. Wednesday, cutting edge. You know them we're there, you know, say we play the first half hour with that place well and half hour because in about 10 minutes into the program we start the program. We play some little clips there for just draw your attention to certain things. Because over the years, people here we talk about Africa, and people here say we go in Africa, we come back, we talk about it, we go and come back, we talk about it, and then people here on the news about the turmoils and the all sorts of problems in Africa. And yet, we hear about all the World Cup are going in Africa, we hear about all a whole heap of nice things are going in Africa. Well, you know, so people still have a perception and a perspective of Africa the way. I try to figure out how is it that the invaders embedded something in our so long and drawn out that after 400 or 500 years we still maintain those thinking about Africa. If you do like in a Jamaica now, white people are there, so I tell you about Africa this and Africa that, and wild people there. But we are actually say it for ourselves. Now I want play a tape here in the night. Well, I'm going to play it after I do this interview here, because this interview here is very important. RFM Health Fear. I want to play a thing here with this person for show you how these preachers in the church mind is so warped up about Africa and black people, even though them black. Because right now white people don't need for brainwash into white supremacy. Because them don't do it already and them just leave some of them lackeys and niggers here for just continue and perpetuate white supremacy even in a black skin. I want to play a tape by a person, preacher. I preach on the pulpit to black people against black people. It's weird, yeah. This black man, I'm not telling you what, master. I'm going to make you hear it though. I'm going to make you hear what this man on the pulpit, church pulpit, I say, towards black people. And this is a black person in a black church. You will never hear nothing like that. And, I mean, you're not going to hear nothing like that. It's the weirdest. I mean, the man, and hey, you have some person in Jamaica, you know. You have some person in Jamaica, believe you me, you know. When I even say person, you know, Christian in general. I don't know about Monica, so, but she could have everywhere, you're not about Africa neither, even though she twist up her hair and make it look like locks, but... What? Me say, you have some Christian in Jamaica, them don't want to hear nothing about Africa, nothing at all. Anytime you start talking about Africa to them, it's like you talk about the love of Satan. Anytime you start talking about Africa to them this D in Africa, them despise Africa, them things say Africa is the worst you can talk about. If you start talking about New York, you know, them don't mind talk about New York, but if you ever start talking about Africa to them, if you ever, the weirdest part, right, you know, these Christians don't know that them first connection with Africa is in the Bible. The first connection with Africa is in the Bible. But guess what? Them not teach geography at church. So all the past themselves are talk about Africa and don't realize Africa I'm talk about. And most Jamaican people have Bible at them yard, but them not read it. If you ask most Jamaican people about the Bible, they will quote something where the past and say. But when you ask them which part of the Bible them see, they are going to tell you, boy, it's in the Bible. You have a famous saying, God help those who help themselves. If you ask the normal Jamaican, where you get that quote from, they're going to tell you in the Bible. And guess what? Not like that in the Bible. No part of the Bible tell you say God help those who help themselves. As a matter of fact, it's an American man bring up this thing named Benjamin Franklin. And him first said that thing there. And how it reached in the Bible, I don't know. But you have quotes like that, where people always are quote. And them quote it and quote it, and when you ask them where them get it from, them saying in the Bible, but them themselves never see it in the Bible yet. And you have passing in Jamaica. We tell you the same thing. And if you as a Rasta go to him and say, tell me something past, Reverend, which part of the Bible you say that? They must say, look here now, I don't talk to you kind of people, you know. Because I want to talk about Selassie or God. Damn foolishness. I ask him not about Selassie, you ask him to tell you, say, which part of the Bible him see where him say. Because as far as him concerned, you know, him thinks the Rasta have a different Bible from him. And most of them not feel so we read the Bible. But we did learn to read the Bible for a long time. But here we are saying now. The first book in the Bible mentioned Africa. Mentioned countries in Africa, country in Asia. There's no mention of Europe. No mention of Europe. Until you reach way up in the New Testament. Way up. In the New Testament. There's no mention of Africa. And when you go right through, even the father of the two, well, I'm going to say three major religion them. Abraham, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, Muslims them. Those three religions have them genesis in a man named Abraham. Abraham is the father of Judaism. Abraham is the father of Islam. And Abraham is the father of Christianity, because Christianity evolved out of Judaism. And Abraham come from Iraq. Abraham is an Iraqi. Abraham come from Iraq, from a place named Ur. Him not have nothing to do with Europe according to how them set the story, because you know the man them who are write the story, whether it's true or not, them are write the story from a place geographically located in Africa. So when them create the mythology, it them created centered around for them own environment. Now when the pastor preach and you start to mention all Ethiopia to him, it make the people them who hear Rasta talk about Ethiopia like say, oh, where we get them foolishness from about Ethiopia in the Bible? Which part of the Bible you see the word Ethiopia? Hey, you have some idiot, hey, it can't hurt me, you know, Rasta. It burn when me hear people about talking, you know. Which part of the Bible you see Ethiopia? The first country when mentioned in the Bible that is recognized to most people is Ethiopia. The first country. The first country when mentioned in the Bible that is recognizable to most Jamaicans is Ethiopia. But when you go on the street and you tell a man about Ethiopia, I'm saying, look at now, Muta, nobody bring no Rasta talk to me, you know. But then the Rasta thinking, you know. Which Ethiopia? I want to make up this thing about Ethiopia. Ethiopia, they don't know Bible. And them other man 23, you know, almost like, they want to lick it down because you say Ethiopia. It's like a curse, you know. It's like, oh dear, you forgot to say Ethiopia in the Bible. It's like if you have a, if you, no, boy, I tell you, this thing is deep, you know. It's deep, sir. It's really deep. Because here is it that some people are write a book, and they write the book centered around places. They want to lick it down because you say Ethiopia. It's like a curse, you know. It's like, oh dear, you forgot to say Ethiopia in the Bible. It's like if you have a, if you, no, boy, I tell you, this thing is deep, you know. It's deep, sir. It's really deep. Because here is it that some people are write a book, and they write the book centered around places existing or not existing. It's like when you Jesus. And you as a Rasta know when you come to them and I say, but behold, Philistine Tyre with Ethiopia. Them say, look here, where you get that from? And you say, oh, you mean it's Psalm 87? Them say, Moses, not like that in the Bible, man, but behold, Philistine Tyre with Ethiopia. No Ethiopia in the Bible. And you get crazy now because you say, brethren, you have a Bible, you say, yeah, them in a Bible, I'm reading my Bible all the while, I'm never seen no Ethiopia in the Bible. It's like you just feel for those. It's like you feel for those run. I feel if you take up a big stone and lick them at them head, make them get some sense. Because I say, Virgin, you don't read the book. You have the book in your yard. You don't read the book. Me read the book and me see Ethiopia in the Bible more than most country. As a matter of fact, Ethiopia must mention more than most country in the Bible. And you are going to tell me now, because me and Rasta, me put Ethiopia in the Bible. I mean, no, the Bible, in Amos, it say, an Ethiopian cannot change him skin nor a leopard him spot. In Psalm, it says, behold, Philistine Tyre with Ethiopia. In Genesis, it say, Genesis 3, it say, and 4 rivers run it out of the, and encompass the Garden of Eden. And one of the rivers was Gishon, which encompassed the whole land of Ethiopia. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And somebody will stand up in front of you after you know all these things. And you see that the Bible over and over and over. And him have a Bible in yard. And him going to show you say, Mota Baroka. Me know why you come with no damn foolishness to me, no kind of fool thing about Ethiopia. And Ethiopia in the Bible. I want to Rasta start about that. Wow, it's deep, man. So, you have people in Jamaica who the history of Africa where them get coming from the colonial masters cannot allow them to think about Africa in the positive. Them cannot allow themselves to recognize that Africa is the original place of you. As a matter of fact, just last week on the program, Thursday program, I think Wednesday program too, we mentioned that them find a fossil, a jawbone of a human being. The oldest fossil, it older than Zenkenesh, which was the oldest fossil them find of a human being, which is a female fossil them find, which them date 3.5 million years. And guess which part them find that? In Ethiopia. And then last week or week before or whatsoever, them find a next fossil now that date beyond Zenkenesh what them did find originally. And guess which part them find that again? In Ethiopia. So that's an ordinary thing where you say Rasta go straight to the root and the stump rather than take the branch. He's going to look for theme God in Ethiopia, theme origin in Ethiopia. And guess what? The ideas that the Greeks have about the Ethiopia, the land of our fathers, the land where the gods love to be. The gods that these people create, the Greeks and them thing there, reside in the mountains of Ethiopia. The gods where the Greeks them create reside in the mountains of Ethiopia. And then when the Greeks them go to Africa, south of the Sahara, and see these skin of these people, they must force to say, it's the sun burn them. Thus the word Ethiopia. Ethiopia mean land of the burnt faces. Ethiopia is a Greek word, mean land of the burnt faces. And there's an older name, Cush. Kush, fire people. Land of the fire people, Kush. And then you have Egypt. Egypt in Africa. We never know that when we did little. When we did little, we never even think about Egypt in Africa. I think say Egypt in the sky or somewhere. Come and learn geography, then we're there. We learn geography about South America, Central America, and the Americas, and them things there. But in terms of Africa, I start to call the countries in Africa, you know, Libya, Liberia, Tanzania, you know, Botswana. Me never know nothing about them things there, you know. Me never know nothing about them things when I go to school. Yet till it did there before we go to school. So we never know them things there. But we could have tell you about we could have tell you about the state them in America. We could have tell you about England, London, Bristol. We could have tell you about Scotland and Wales and the British Isles. All these things we could tell you. But we never know. We hear about all Richard Burton, and we hear about where the one who go to Tanzania name Livingston. Livingston, the white people them who go pilgrimage in Africa, Richard Burton them, all these people, we come across them by the way. But how we come to them is through Tarzan. And how we start to know about Africa is through Tarzan. As a youth, the only thing me didn't know about Africa is Tarzan. Johnny Wismola was the one who always act the Tarzan movie. And guess what? Johnny Wismola never got Africa yet. Every Tarzan movie where him act in Hollywood, them set up the place to look like a jungle. Me go there already and see it. Me carry me little daughter there and never show you. This is where all of the Tarzan movie them with Johnny Wismola star was created. And them show you the jungle them. Just like how Disneyland set up them place now where you can go in a different cities by just walking from one city to the next. The man them set up the place look like jungle. And Johnny Wismola swing pan whistle like him. All them madness there. And that's our recollection of Africa. People are walk up and down naked and and I jump on tree and I go on like them idiots and all them something there. We never did know that there was a next side of Africa that was given the world civilization, the first university, the pyramids, Egyptian gods and pharaohs and yes, Egyptian, Ethiopian, Nubian culture, clothes, refined, I mean, really. And then you have a little idiot pass now, I come tell a congregation, why me can't book up them passing there? I don't like book up all the passing that sit down with him, you know. Believe you me. Anyway, we're going to come back to it. All right, so we're going to tell you about the RFM health fair. We're tell about the RFM health fair. You know, the site are going at this Sunday, you know. Not this Sunday, sorry. March 22nd. I said this Sunday. March 22nd. It starts at 6 a.m. at Turtle River Park. Anybody know Turtle River Park there? Right in the heart of what you real so. And it's a 10K and 5K road race. Yes. Me would like say Cabo. I do the 10K, you know. If she not the 10K, me nah come down and come help her. No program. I was such better make a sound out. Yes, you're going to run the 10K. Me want to see Cabo run 10K. All right. The 5K is set to start at 7 a.m. at the old entrance to Pearly Beach in the vicinity of Duns River Fall. It will end at Turtle River Park. The 10K is expected to start at 8 a.m. somewhere in the vicinity of Draxal Estate at the top of the hill approaching the first turn into St. Lance Bay from Ochorillo's end. So, you know, say years ago with it though, I reckon they do this already, you know. It was wonderful, really. It was wonderful to see so many people at the early morning there. I take the walk and I trod and gather up in the park up the so. What them call the park there again? remember what them call a party, but no, another party we're going at this time. It's Turtle Beach, Turtle River Park. This is where it's going to take place and all. So on the line now, we're going to talk to Noran Price. All right, make we hear where I said, blessed man.
Hi, Moto, how you doing?
I'm doing quite fine, sir. You're the man who will run 40K.
50, come on, man. Everybody can run 40K, but run 50.
All right, sir. All right, so this look like a big thing I go on so in a watcher in the morning, early morning.
Definitely.
All right, so explain to the people them who actually really, wait for, what the purpose sides?
Well, two purposes, the main one being charity, because part of the proceeds from everything that's happening on that day is going to St. Bay Hospital. That's kind of a bad thing. But also, it's
wait, say everything will happen on that day, what?
Part proceeds going towards St. Bay Hospital.
Oh, me think you say all the people are going to fall down on the road and go to the hospital.
Nobody will follow. We'll have the doctors there.
Cabo.
We'll have the doctors there checking.
Cabo, go down to go hospital.
We'll have doctors after.
You sure say Cabo now for go hospital when you done?
Big truck in Cabo, come on, man. It's probably all 2 a week.
Okay, all right, sir. So, everything you say going to the St. Bay Hospital? Yes,
that's the main charity that is going to benefit from part proceeds of the health fair.
So there's something specific that the St. Bay Hospital need why you're targeting the hospital, or you just people just give them some money?
No, it's not specific. Money is a specific thing, because it's a hospital, they need so many things the hospital needs. I mean, it's right now, how many other hospitals in that vicinity? That serves so many different communities that, anything we can do for the hospital.
Yeah. All right, so the charities for the hospital, and you intend to collect that money then now? You have to pay for join the race or it work?
We have a registration form that is available both at the office and at IRS on the website. The form, it's nothing too much. It's a simple form to fill out. Somebody get the numbers, and then the payment process is going to be explained in the form.
All right, so how much is the payment where you pay for the 10K?
For the 10K, all right, we have different prices. For the participants themselves, it's $1,000 for individuals.
All right. And when
come around $1,000. All
right, when you pay $1,000, you can win something?
No, you win a healthy day of exercise. That's the
the way they know. A man will pay him $1,000 to work to come show them what so him good and everything for the hospital, and they must think, why when they pay him, I go win something when they reach on the bottom.
But remember, he's hanging out with Iron all day.
Okay, that's an incentive.
He's getting health checks, free health checks, free eye checks, free heart checks. They have Kids Village there if you want to bring the whole family and come in to run or just to enjoy the day.
But the participants who pay, is them I go get the free health check, or is everybody who come there?
Anybody who comes into Turtle River Park who has paid for the admission into the park, they have access to.
Okay, that's the way I say.
Entertainment, all that kind of stuff.
So you say now that a man can walk and not pay, but when he reach a Turtle Park, him now get to come in.
No, have to be registered.
Okay.
The general admission, if you just for the park itself, that's $200.
$200 to come to the park.
Yeah, but then if you're participating now by yourself,
it's $1,000. All right. So when him come to the park, what happening there? Musa walk up and down attack, or that work out?
We have two broadcasts because Sunday morning is very, very, very big. So you have yourself and Kabu there, broadcast Sunday morning from 6, and we have Sunday Sunshine as well.
That's a big year.
Yeah, man. So they're gonna have the Ira crew there. You're gonna have on air. You're gonna have people on the ground. We're gonna be there, run up and down with everybody who comes in. So it's gonna be a nice fun day. And like I said, you're
gonna have artists a pass through as usual and them something there.
Yeah, we have a gospel concert.
Okay.
Sometimes in the afternoon, we'll have people park. Anytime I do anything, you'll see people just literally turn up.
Turn up, yeah.
If you want to surprise, you go to somebody to turn up, you wouldn't believe. And they will probably be running with you.
Yeah, me not run, you know. You could have deal, me not run. So.
What, you know walk, you know, if you know.
No, me not $1,000.
But one more thing. If you want to join as a team, you know, nowadays these are for people to run in teams.
Yeah.
So now it's $15,000 if you have a 20-member team, and that can be whether from a business, from a school.
$15,000 for a 20-member team.
20-member team, and you come in decked out in your shirts if you want to put them on, and run as a unit, as a team. Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a race, but it's really
it's a fun thing for your cars. It's a fun for your cars.
Absolutely. And remember, at the end of the day, you know, if you come out a little healthier, not just by running or walking or exercising, but there's going to be so much stuff. You have blood pressure check, blood sugar test, HIV test, prostate test.
Yeah.
You know, literally bringing the hospital minus a certain key things to ultra rails. And I mean, there aren't any runs in ultra rails now of this size. So, you know, IRFM as usual, we are the ones who are kind of championing it. So, Sentan, the whole environment, guys, come out, participate in the run, meet the IRI crew, and just have a good health.
So, let me ask you a question. The general manager, I got the 10K or the 5K. I did some you want there, you know. Come in,
I will find out which case she do it.
She have to go wear shorts that day there, I did some you want there. Come in, never try that shorts, take me out try some suit clothes like, you know, or some denim pants. Yeah, no, I want China shorts. I want to see my general manager in shorts.
Well, that is a request.
I remember when I book her up on the beach, like I make she get a WhatsApp and see her like Lisa Anna. I want to see her like Lisa Anna.
Well, that is a request you will make to your general manager.
I'm making publicly, I know. I'm making publicly.
I expect to see you there as well.
So she not go there. No, well, if me and Cabo do outside broadcast, me go there. I mean, me never know.
More if you walk at least a little bit.
No, wait, no, man. We don't stray from the point, Rasta. I the general manager me attack.
You can ask the general manager which case you do.
Okay. Can somebody please, Manny, can you, tomorrow morning, you go to Debbie ask like, which one of the case? And I don't, she's not supposed to wear a long dress. Okay. Yes, sir.
There is also what you have a wheelchair category as well.
Oh, there's some you want there? And the wheelchair be wide. And the wheelchair be wide. Comfortable.
For those people who run with their kids, who have your kids come in to participate.
Yeah.
Any child under 12 has to have a parent, has to have the parent's consent signed for them to participate in the run. So a lot of kids, you know, they're going to want to run with mommy and daddy, but just make sure you have them signed up properly. So when you go to the website for the form, just make sure you get their
there's a different price for the little kids them who are going to take part in the race, because I know a little you would have win it.
No, it is still the same.
Same 1,000. Okay.
Admission price, yes.
All right.
But you know, fill out the form, make sure that we have all the information that you have, whether if you're allergic to anything, if you have any kind of respiratory issues. Yeah. But we want to make sure that everybody's safe there.
Yes, yes.
So the more you tell us, the more we can, you know, make sure that everybody has a good time.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to it March 22nd. The charity Health Fair, IRFM Health Fair, once again. How much time I read it already? This how much time I know. Because I know me take part night one time already. I don't remember how much time it go, but me I tell you, if it was anything like the first time, then wow.
We're expecting a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. At 6 a.m. in the morning, a whole lot of people turn out, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like the run.
After we do the run, you know, we wanted to stay, enjoy the concert, enjoy the stuff we have going on in the Turkey River. Yeah. Yes, all that stuff. So come out, make a day of it, hang with Irie, enjoy yourself, have a good healthy day.
All right, give thanks, Bridget.
Thank you, Muta.
Yes, yeah, that was a connection there. Connection. IRFM Health Fair and Mr. Price online giving us some of the details about this thing that will happen March the 22nd. That is when it's going to happen. And Monique, they beside me, and so she have to take part tonight, whether she like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you're going to take part tonight, you know. Or if you're going to take part tonight, I'll sprinkle a little powder out so I'll make you get fat. I'm bloated. Okay. This is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. We're there with you Wednesday night. We'll go back to this thing about this idea where people have about Africa. You know, would I say my whole, as a youth, my whole knowledge about Africa was into Tarzan. You know, swinging pan whist with a little boy named Boy and him wife named Jane and a little monkey named Cheetah. The thing is that Tarzan could have talked to the animal them, and the African them couldn't talk to the animal them, and Tarzan supposed to be this white man from Scotland named Lord Greystock. According to the story, the legend, him get shipwrecked on a place in Africa there, on a journey where a whole heap of people dead and left him. Well, I know him did left still. What happened is that him father, according to the story, him father get caught up in this thing, and when him dip on the place, some ape come in and kill him father. But him did born already, and the ape take him and nurture him and grow him up like a ape. So him live with the ape them for much years, and him gonna know the ways of apes. But we don't know nothing about Africa. The next time we hear about Africa now is in slavery. That them take some black people from Africa and bring them on here, so turn them in a slave. And that is it. That is as far as Africa go. But round the corner, we used to go to church. And when we go to church, we hear about Egypt. We hear about, all sorts of places in what them call, so-called Asia. Like, we hear about Ur. We hear about Babylon. We never know that Babylon was a place, really. Me think Babylon is in the sky. And I grew up enough to realize about Babylon in Iraq. Or in Iraq. Most of the places them where you hear about in the so-called Old Testament, that Iraq it happen. And then they have Mizraim, the sons of Noah, according to them. Then you have Phut, Phut, and all of these places. And then you have Pharaoh, army that was drowned in the Red Sea. We never know the Red Sea, which part Red Sea there. We never know that Pharaoh was Pharaoh was like the king of Egypt. We never know all these things. And a whole heap of people still don't know. As you're going to hear. From this, what we're going to play, yes or no? You ready? No, what would I play that tune? We never get to play it. No. We want to play this tune, I know. We're not going to make him not make we play it.
You are listening to Muta Baruka.
I'm not going to be much longer with y'all. I understand we need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen. I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen to me. We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy. Not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone. All of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation. They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman, what's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black room if you're going to have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like they're dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet. And you talk about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. Black people, let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
Yeah. This is the cutting edge. The man said, when black people in Africa, them not do nothing. Black people not build nothing. You see, that is the problem now when you look on black people here, so under colonialism and after colonialism, you feel say so black people they stay all the while. That is a big, big misconception about Africa and black people. That slavery make it look like we never create, invent, or do nothing when we did the Africa. That man is a good example of a nincompoop who don't know nothing about him history. For claim say black people not build nothing. The only thing we build is building we build out of straw. I tell you, what are easy in Rasta? Egypt not in Africa. I know you're going to say Egypt, but Egypt is not in Africa. We could never talk about Egypt. We could talk about Zimbabwe where I carried on. I don't know if the man never go to Zimbabwe go see the stone structures, stone out of stone. I don't know if the man they ever go in West Africa, in Ethiopia, go see structures. The man said black people not build nothing. This is a preacher on a pulpit attacking congregation. We are trying to tell black people, say black people we in a mess. Of course we in a mess. We in a mess. Black people in a mess, a serious mess. But for sure history, for tell we say, we never do nothing in Africa. And we never already do so long in Africa and I build straw house. It totally eradicate the message where I try to bring across. Totally eradicate it. How the hell in this modern time a black man can get up on a pulpit and well, I have a surprise, but for actually say, what did black people do offer to the world? Nothing. We never ever build a ship. Then the king of Mali reached across so from West Africa. How him reach over here so before Columbus. The man of the America Rasta him now him a preach. You know, say the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king, you know. It's a man like that, would like meat. Would like meet a man there, you know. And you know, so I'm going to meet him. Yeah, I'm going to meet him because I really want to ask him, if Egypt not in Africa, which part is there? Geographically, because that doesn't talk about geographical location. If Egypt not in Africa, then which part is there? We never build no house. We're higher than one house because I pay straw house. No matter easy, the Rasta. No matter easy. I wonder if him just did it for us. King love some blooded people because really and truly our history never starts with slavery. And slavery is not history, African history. I will keep repeating that part of this program that slavery is not African history. And when you take a people out of them own environment and put them in a strange place, and you put them in a shuttle like cattle, because the word shuttle come from cattle, you know. Shuttle slavery is cattle. And when you say them is not human being, and you do them to the same thing the way you do your animal, them you do to these human beings. And then now, after years and years of perpetual whipping and lashing and brainwashing, putting the fear of God in them, you have black people, and not only the man there, but you have black people who feel say black people don't make no contribution to civilization, none whatsoever. You have black people who think same way like the man there. You might look at the situation where black people find themselves in right now and not recognize this situation is an unfortunate situation and it not up there so forever. But for totally disconnect way from history. That when we're in Africa, we never do nothing. And that's him saying, repeating, nothing. It's a terrible, terrible thing. Have you seen a man who don't know nothing about Africa? And there's a man who don't know nothing about West Africa, the Asante Kingdom. Have you seen the man who know about the Zulu kingdom? When we see the man, when we see all them kings in a Mali and in a Ghana and them places, when things the man they used to live in a straw house, you know where the immediate man they come from. After I'm done with the Bible about Egypt, because I'm done, so just like all the white people them usually put it, them used to disassociate because of the glory of Egypt. White people tell we say Egypt no in Africa, and the people them who create the pyramid wasn't black people. And that is the same thinking the man they have, and that is the same thinking a whole heap of people have about Africa when it come on to Egypt. And when I'm looking at Egypt today, him see some people there, and they must say, but them people, they are not black people. And them are Egyptian. Not knowing, say, over a period of time, the color of Egypt changed because of invasion. Because the majority of Arabs live in Egypt. The majority of Arabs don't live in Saudi Arabia. The majority of Arabs live in Egypt. And come there. With them religion and them culture. So when you really check it, that man like crazy, man. I mean, I understand where my try bring cross, I understand where my try say, but him totally warp up the whole message. Him totally warp it up. I totally understand what I say, but him totally warp up the message, Rasta. The message become null and void because of the other things them when say. Believe you me. Believe you me. It's a corrupt message him just send cross. Corrupt. Cutting edge.
Yeah, Motor.
Blessed man.
Yeah, what going on?
Cutting edge.
Yeah, man, yeah, cutting edge. Motor.
Yes, sir.
What we call we talk to you about, you know? They want if the Prime Minister and his follower them listen the national anthem when it says Jamaica land we love. If they really love ya.
If who love ya? The Prime Minister?
Yeah, man, and the rest of the followers there.
Of course, the Prime Minister love Jamaica. The people, them not love, you know. They love Jamaica.
Yes, but me I say, why the word of the song are the national anthem. If they really digest it and take it serious.
Well, it's as a Jamaica land we love.
We love.
Yeah, but what are the people, them, me I say, them good I love the land, you know. But are the people, them not love.
Yeah. You know, I'm like say, Buta, I hear more often.
Wow.
The true way you say, me know you up to big boy, me know you up to, because all of the song, all of the, tune, you know, where you know, everything I come to pass, you know.
You know where you up to, big boy?
Yeah, man, you need to let you, man, me know you up to.
But I forgot to look feet, I know.
Yeah. Let you know what me hear, man, and you're blessing, you know.
Yeah, man, blessed, man, give thanks. Yeah, Cutting Edge.
It's greetings there, Congo.
Blessed man, long time I don't hear you, man.
We listen a lot, you know. It is good, it is all part of the thing, you know.
Alright, yeah, man.
Yes. You know, say, the situation, black-wise, you know, is, with the INI nation, you know, is a vibes with this Westminster style system. I say, if you even look on it in Jamaica, yeah, so where the Chinese and the Indians and other nation of people, they're not too business with which party in power in Jamaica. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the African people.
The black majority, yeah.
Yes. That you know, this thing entwined the entire life. you know, and it is really a serious thing where the them have to go, something have to go happen, you know, to take them out of that state what them in. Caught up in this Westminster style system, you know, to change the whole thing. It's a terrible situation, and it's part of the mental captivity still, you know. We know that, so it's deep, but it has to go happen.
Well, it must change, you know.
Yes, have to.
Yes.
And I observation upon it in this dispensation, yeah, and even, you know, ones who even before I observe it too. It gonna dictate the falling of the fame, because the first thing is to know. And then everything else come after that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, say, move on from this, so. You know, say, we there with Sister Ita family. Up in the Belmont.
Belmont, yeah.
Mountain there. And we are IT upon the Rastafari nation. You know, and I tell you, we have come a long way, but the journey is there to continue. And the situation where we reach here now, it is very important for the pressing forward of who, because his levels me see in the nation, you know. Different levels are impulse. And it is important for impulse who is on that level of carrying the torch of black eye primacy to just hold that stand formation, because there's a lot of different schism that is very unwanted within the scheme of things.
Yeah.
Before we leave, quickly, can we share a punchline for something we write up at the VCVC up in Belmont Mountain? It is just a punchline. It is entitled Truth. And the punchline goes like this. Truly it watches, neither face nor faces. Utter silence nor loud voices. I hold amid few right friends, whole heap of wrong enemies. Truth remains truthfully true for a zillion ages.
Yeah, man.
Give thanks, Ayakom.
Yeah, man. Blessed man.
Black Eye Primacy.
Yes. Coaching Edge.
Greetings, Mota Baruka, man.
Blessed man.
Yeah, you know, I contact you about an issue I have on these vaccines. Yeah, I have a youth in school right now where, you know, them, I said,
you have to get the vaccine.
Around,
Mandatory.
Get them vaccinated.
Yeah,
but I did give them an exemption letter, you know, in regard to not vaccinated him. So I said, I have a couple of days, you know, I have a week or so.
Really, you have to talk firmer than that. What you say? You give them a letter, exemption letter.
Yeah.
Who you get the exemption letter from?
Well, I prepared, you know.
Oh, you prepared the exemption letter?
Yeah.
Okay, and you give them it and what? You say no?
Yeah, so the nurses come to the school, you know, and them say it needs to be vaccinated. So them give a week to get it vaccinated, you know, and them give a letter. We say if I don't vaccinate him,
then you will not come to school.
them say I could be prosecuted.
Oh yeah, because it's a mandatory thing.
Yeah, but I say even the Ministry of Health quotes that your health is your responsibility. Yeah,
but when them say them prevent you from it, make another youth get it because you not get vaccinated. According to them, you likely your youth would likely get it quicker than the youth them who get vaccinated. So you might carry your youth would have carried go somewhere outside of the school or somewhere. Or you could have seen say you go kill off your youth.
Yeah, but I've done my research and I know I've found out what these foreign substances actually have in them. You know what I mean? And I refuse to give it to my child. And I said, if the immune system is so strong, to consume all these vaccines, then it should be that strong, to resist the virus. And I have my own natural way of building the immune system.
Like what you do? What you do to the youth to build the immune system? That share to the people them.
Well, eat naturally.
Like when you say eat naturally, what you mean? Because when you say eat naturally, what you mean?
Well, natural food. Eat meat. Not consume any form of meat at all. Vegetables. Natural organic food. And
you feel that make the youth immune to it because you don't eat pure vegetable. That is what you say in yourself.
Well, basically keep the immune system strong, and also
by doing what? By doing what?
By that.
But I like you share it with the people, them, because you have other people out there go So by doing what? When you say you keep the immune system,
and I, and charcoal, which is actually a good thing too for the immune, for the for fight poison and so.
So you drink charcoal then? You mix it and drink it. Let me ask you a question now. You know of any youth will take the vaccination and dead from measles?
Well, according to my research, I haven't found one as yet.
You don't find
one.
Yeah.
I haven't found one.
You know of any youth that don't take it and dead?
We don't take the vaccine.
You never find no one neither?
No, I never find anyone neither.
Okay.
But my point is that I've researched and find out what is in what these things.
Well, you see the thing. All right. My suggestion to you is this: in your research, find out how much people take the vaccination and dead. And how much people don't take it and dead.
Alright. So
and then you can make a decision.
Alright. So do you think it is right for them to be forcing?
No, because according to them, them feel say the vaccination is a better chance of preventing your child from don't get the measles. That is how them are thinking, Because according to freedom research, you see, your research, them are doing for them. According to freedom research, the likelihood of you getting the measles is much. The possibility of you getting the measles is easier than you getting the vaccine. Them do them studies and say, well, people who take the vaccine don't get the measles. People who take the vaccine, the likelihood of them is dead. Now, as a person who don't understand and don't know certain things, you can say you eat natural food, and you still not do the right and proper thing because you need advice from people who know about that kind of food lifestyle to tell you exactly, say, all right, you don't have to take the vaccine. This is what you have to do. In order not to take the vaccine, this is what you have to do. Now you live in a society where them now listen to that. They must say mandatory, you have to get it, or you pick it now, get to come to school, and them going to lock you up. Because they must say you put the child in danger of getting measles and getting whatsoever.
Yeah, well, at the same time, you know. You know, if it at the same time you have Jehovah Witnesses where them go extreme in not giving blood even to them own. Even if them own are go dead.
So you see that? You see that?
Well,
if your son are go dead, and you have the blood for saving, you won't get it.
Yeah. But just I use that as an example where you know, it's based upon their religious belief. You know, them refuse.
Them prefer the youth dead.
Not to. No, me not prefer the youth.
No. The same day. No. The Jehovah Witness me attack. No, you. The Jehovah Witness.
Yeah. Well, according to them and them belief, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and. Me, I say no, you know, me no want none of them foreign substances there in my youth body, you know what I mean? Because based on my research, the first vaccine that was created was in 1796, you know, and the Holy Bible, you know, was written before then, you know. What were those people doing?
Well, maybe they never have measles.
Them never have measles.
Maybe they never have measles. We don't know. Maybe they never have the measles. We don't know.
Yeah, but you know, I just there, you know, for, you know.
Yeah. Well, you want to know, Bridging. So where you gonna do? Because them are gonna tell you, say, if them go to arrest you if you not get you with vaccine. So where you gonna do? You prefer go to prison then? You prefer go to prison and get you with the vaccine?
Well, you know, I seek and I get more information.
Yeah, but you can't go around it and that me I say no. Which one will you do? Will you give up yourself as a sacrifice by keeping into where you believe in, by saying you're not getting you the vaccination? You'd prefer go to jail first. Just like how the Jehovah Witness say, them not get no blood. Them would prefer jail first.
But isn't that a violation of my rights?
No, because violation, your rights as what? For do what?
My rights are discrimination based on religious purposes.
So it's a religious purpose why you don't want to get you the vaccination, because you feel that the vaccination is not a good thing. It's a religious thing why you don't want to get you the vaccination.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was because you do some research and you find out it's no good. Well, here what I suggest to you then. I suggest you go see a lawyer then.
Yeah.
I suggest you go see a lawyer to deal with it. You know, I don't know how you can go around it. I know say it's just that day them come up with that about monetary thing, but I am suggesting that you go and see a lawyer since you see it as a religious thing. You know, when you start talk, I never know you would see it as a religious thing. I thought you see it as something where just not good for you, whether religion or not. But you say, no, it's your religion make you say that.
Right.
But if your religion make you say that, what basis your religion have to say the vaccine not good for you? What basis your religion has say? What part of your religion show you say the vaccine not good?
Well,
and I defend the vaccine, I just want to clarify the thing in your head, or get some questions asked. What is it that is in your religion that say the vaccine not good?
Yeah, it's based upon my religion, the Most High say, your body is the temple of the Most High,
Yeah.
And if you destroy the temple, then the Most High.
Yeah, but that's why I ask you, who take the vaccine and dead? That's why I ask you that, because you say now, the Most High tell you say, which is really the Bible you say it now. The Bible you read that tonight, the Most High don't tell you nothing. And the Bible tell you say, your body is the temple of God, and and destroy your body. And that's why I ask who destroy them body because them take the vaccine. Because if all of the youth them their school take the vaccine, you know if any youth to go to school is dead because them take the vaccine?
No, I don't know, but who will stand security or be responsible if my son get the vaccine and end up being 1 out of 1,000 who would die?
Yeah, but they must say now who is responsible if your youth get measles and dead because you never take the vaccine? Because you don't know nobody who take the... If 1 out of 1,000 dead because them take the vaccine, and you don't have no one who take the vaccine and dead, you can't now come use 1 out of 1,000 example. You have to use something what is there. That 1,000 you take the vaccine and never dead. So how is it now your religion now I tell you say your body is the temple of God and you don't want to put nothing in your body that will kill you. But you don't know the vaccine that will kill you. Because you don't know nobody who will kill. So we're in a serious problem. We're in a very serious problem with religion and where you know as reality, as fact. Because you can't know it as reality. Oh, wait, things done. Things done. You can't know as a reality say, look here, you see, I study this thing here and I realize that if I take this thing here, it's going to cause certain problems. It's like when you look on the TV and you see them tell you must take a tablet. And them tell 10 seconds in the advertisement, them tell you say, the tablet good for lower cholesterol. And then the other 20 seconds, them tell you say, but it's going to cause vomiting, diarrhea, and possibly death. Right away, you say, but wait, if the man who make the tablets and tell you that, maybe you find an alternative to deal with it. Now, if a man comes to you and tell you, say, boy, right now, this tablet is going to lower your cholesterol. But it have a side effect. And the side effect is not worse than the disease where it's going to stop. In other words, if you take the tablet, the chance of you not catching Ebola, what them call it, Ebola, measles, the chance of you not getting it is much better, but you're going to have formed fever. In a year command say, no, you have to go find out, do I prefer to have a little fever when I take the vaccine and get over the fever, or do I prefer to say, and not take the vaccine and get the measles, and most of the time the measles lead up to other things and you're dead. That is where we have to figure out now, you know. It's common sense we're going to use now, because no religion can't tell me, say, I'm enough for you this, I'm enough for you. Because Romans can say, enough for you, condom, you know. The Romans can say, them go to Africa and tell the people, them say, condom is a sin. So all when the AIDS have licked this or licked this or licked this or, them are saying, enough for use no condom, so the people, them now use the condom, and it's the country, them now will start to take responsibility for certain things. You know, they say you hardly hear about any AIDS in Africa again, panel levels, because the people, them who it affected with the AIDS, stop listening to these people and start to do things where them know, say, can alleviate the problem. So if a religion come tell, most of a religion tell you something, you know. The religion only tell you something, and that's something where them do scientifically deal with. And right now we are look here where we are, say, we are living in a world of science and technology. And there's certain knowledge that people have. There's certain knowledge that we would have called the healer from Africa have. Where the medical man don't know. And then now you have people who will give you just go chop down some bush and put in a pot of water and boy that they drink it. And them don't know the amount or the doses for you. So the effect of the bush become worse than where it really was acquired from the bush. And we are in totally agreement with them what I call alternative medicine. But in dealing with alternative medicine, we have to come with alternative medicine for a scientific approach. Like our ancestors. Our ancestors did have a scientific approach, you know. It's not just like, you know, do things haphazard, so, you know. Even though it may not look like European perspective of science, but it's still a science. They didn't know what to do, how to do it, when to do it. Just like how we didn't know, say, if you plant certain food upon the moonshine, the chances of it getting rotten in the ground by weevil and worm and all them is much quicker than if you plant it in a dark night. This is a science, you know. Science through experience. Trial and error. And you recognize that this thing don't work, this thing work. So you realize what can work for you and what can't work for you. So if you start to develop an attitude where you call religion now, and you say, you now go do this thing because your religion says, you're in a serious problem if you never delve into why you not do it on a scientific level. Not because you're not going to do it because where your mind I tell you where your religion say. You go and get caught in that madness. So you have to know, say, watch out, me not take this thing, because scientifically, me know exactly the alternative to where them I say. So when them tell you, say, must take tablet for this, you can find the alternative, Because we didn't know the alternative before we come on, and our grandmothers didn't know certain alternative. But give we are going and right as or no. Our grandmother is dead. And we not really have a continuation of this healing thing. We have to go back now, go study that. We have to go back, go study that. Meanwhile, them build a thing over there, so we say, watch out, if you take this right as or no, the likelihood of you not getting the measles is much less than if the likelihood of you not taking it and get the measles. That's why the question is asked, how much people take it and get measles, and how much people don't take it and get the measles and don't get the measles. Is that we have to figure out? Is that we really have to figure out, You have to find out if a man tell you say you're going to get Ebola yourself by doing certain things. And you say, boy, right now, you not going to do that. I mean, if your man say you're not going to get Ebola if you do this. And a man say, boy, right now, me not take that, because that's a Western medicine. Me have a medicine can cure me. You know what people in Africa dead? In a Sierra Leone were dead because them try to use something where them never know about in terms of scientifically in a them community. Them just say, boy, this is how we're going to use it now, we're going to use that. And when them use that, it still come upon them. So we have to really be careful. We have to be careful when we reject something, we don't reject it at the expense of our life. That's what I say. All right, enough button. That's one of the things where I feel, say, Rasta organizations should have deal with them members. These big Rasta organizations should have deal with certain things. And one of the things is the same thing about the vaccination. And I know every time it come up, every time this vaccination thing come up, I find, say, it's mostly people who just aside Rasta are who seeing Rastafari as what the original say, him no want to poison him. There should be some form of lobbying towards that by Rastafari group, like Millennium Council or 12 Tribe or Bobo Shanti. I don't know. It can't be just that you're not going to do it because your religion said. You have to have some scientific approach towards why you're not going to do it. It can't be just on a religious basis. Because religious basis don't necessarily have no scientific approach to it. You have to go back to your grandmother now, or your grandfather, or even African traditions, and realize and show, say, look here, in our African tradition, herbal healing is very important to us as a people. Therefore, we have to go show hard evidence that if you don't take that where you are going to give me, if I don't take that where you're going to give me, I can show you something where I can take and still have the same results and better results than where Una going to give me. I just saw it have to go. Yes, Coaching Edge. Yo,
Muta.
Yes, sir.
Respect, my brother. Good night, sir.
Blessed man.
Yes, I just want to know, I call from Miami, I just want to know, boy, in the inspiration time and life, and I just want you continue the good work. And I want to know, so you have a large listening listening group up here in Miami here.
Which part of Miami? Dade County? In a Dade County there?
In a Fort Lauderdale, but we are truck driver, we drive trailer, but we listen to you every Wednesday and every day upon YouTube and all them there.
All right, so give thanks, man. Give thanks.
I tell you, it's a big listenership you have, so I just want you to know that, dear sir.
All right, so you're listening now? You're listening now?
Well, you're listening live right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm just calling you now. Use the phone and call you, you know?
All right, give thanks, brethren. Give thanks.
No respect, motor. Same.
It is I.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Yeah, I know. You have a brethren that drive from Philadelphia, go way up in north in a Vermont, the truck, you know. He used to just call me every time I got ready to drive, you know. Them say me keep him company for drive so far. Yeah, man, 4 hours. But I hear him up to, you know, a long time. I don't hear from him. I'm good out there at Jamaica, you know, sit down on some beach. Where the millions of dollars get from driving trucks so far at that time. Yeah, man, he's supposed to give me some of that too, you know, because me help you keep awake. Yeah, man, this is the Culture Net and I Refuting there with you. And you know, say, we not try go around nothing and we not try come around nothing. But you say African people now, African people need faith. First of all, you have to really know say African first. Really. Because the argument that I give to say you're African, maybe you don't really see it as necessary or important. Because you done did gone in our life already where that's going to help you. But since we are dealing with a collective approach, and we know say, well, we have to go as a people, not as an individual, as a people, because we don't want to move as individual like other people didn't make we believe that's how it's supposed to go. When we them round the corner organize themselves, you see how them separate themselves from the wider community of Jamaica. Yeah, man, them have them own little thing. The Chinese have them little thing over there, so the Indian have them own little thing, the Syrian have them own little thing over there, so black people create things for everybody. And we feel because we have that nonchalant way of everybody must be included. We feel that boy right now we are God sent for evil, God bless. We say that. When meanwhile we say we are exempt from the higher level of social, political, economical, and spiritual part of the whole pyramid. So even though it's the majority make the bigger base of the pyramid, and the minute amount make the tip of the pyramid. Can you imagine that? And then you have some little niggas that walk around the place with some bossy tie, round their neck and choke them. And I go like say them reach. And them not reach nowhere because most of the time I manage them people business. Why not for them own? Jamaican managers go like they own the business, you see, man. All the while. Two of them I get certain liquor. Them get a X6 for drive. Them get a house to live in. And them get certain time them can travel. Them feel say them own the business. And like when them go make a wrong move and the business go tumble down. You see them say, why you want to have an X6 that day now, them can't afford an X6, they can't afford. I tell you what, much less. But when you go in at the bank, and when you go in at the big high building, they might sit down around them table. You could have featured them who own the business, you know. They might have you nervous too, you know. You could have to look at all the work from them, you know. And them supposed to deal with the work, especially like all them civil servants are the weirdest set of people ever in Jamaica, you know. And them go like say them are government themselves, you know. You go in a certain place, you know, you go pay a certain bill. I go deal with certain things. If they look at work, and the way them are scrutinized, you know, you have to say, boy, right now, boy, I wouldn't even let him in the toilet much less, you know. They want them to go on, you know. And he say, but wait, none of them own the business. When me go to school, me feel say everybody who do interview with me at them own the business. Me never do any of that. personnel manager. You did have this your manager, that the manager, and you did have other people, programs director. And me never did have all them things then, but if you say anybody where me go interview in front of, and them own the business. And I have to leave school to come realize about wait. I walk same way like everybody else in the place. Them not own nothing in there. Because I was never talk about we this and we that. We don't this and we don't do that. I like more to them and walk around them so we get fired. Them not have nothing. Yeah, man. And we got turn the levels now and turn cultural ambassadors. Cultural ambassadors. Little youth where never have nothing. Got turn ambassadors and put Jamaica upon the map. So we have to check it. We have to really check it because culture, as we say again, and when I talk about just dancing and singing, we talk about the expression of a people that define the people. Who you are as a people. Your heritage as a people. Your social way of a people. And we understand that from a cultural perspective. Our spirituality must be placed inside of a culture. We can't have a spirituality that don't have a culture. What is the culture of Christianity? Bend down and pray. I don't know if that is a culture really. And we know say all of us, the majority of Jamaican who call themselves Jamaican in Jamaica, we're coming from a tradition of cultural rituals and also expressions that define us. Yeah, man. When you go to St. Thomas, you see rituals. When you go in at the dance hall, you see expression. When you listen to the poetry and the songs, you hear expressions. And that define way. If only the so-called leaders would study the people, them culture, and create and farm and fashion and ideology and a philosophy that is around that, then you wouldn't have to exempt the majority of the people. But because you use the minority expression way, then you know so the exemption come when the majority of the people them realize about way. Then all them people that are them a benefit and we not benefit. Look on the IMF. The IMF is only benefiting the minority that is sitting in what you call the private sector. It's not doing nothing to elevate and advance the welfare of the Jamaican majority, which is African people. Nothing. I will keep telling them that and them go like say them know what them do. Them don't know what them do. Them don't know what them do. Them know what them do and do it deliberate. It's either them don't know what them do or them do it deliberately. And I don't really want to say them so cruel and wicked for just deliberately want to keep down black people. I think it's just ignorance and them feel blissful about ignorance. Terrible, 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 terrible. Yes. Cutting edge.
Yeah, Mota.
Yes, blessed.
Yeah, man. I listened to that tape you played earlier with the
person. Yeah.
And you know the slave master really did a number upon us.
Oh, you mean, man? It's a gongla number.
Because you still have a whole lot of people believe that something there, you know. And the problem is that a man like him in the position where him there, enough people in my influence.
No people in the congregation, man.
Yes, yes. And people like you couldn't convince them otherwise. Because they believe in how him says so much because he's next to God, you know, at the person.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is why you see so much people back then, even now. I said, boy, anything too black no good.
Them still I say it, of course.
Me enough Jamaican to that.
Them still I say it, man. Yeah. Black and ugly like what?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
But you know, remember next year, we might talk about, say, black woman not for married no black man for married white woman. It's not easy, you know. Yeah, man, it's not easy, man. Say, oh, what should a white woman, black woman doing with a black man? Where she want that far? Say they need to marry a white man.
My God.
Yeah, upon the pulpit, you must attack it, you know.
Upon the pulpit, the man they attack this.
Yeah, man, I know around the corner, you must attack it, man. Upon the pulpit.
I tell you, we have a problem as a people.
Big problem, big problem.
Big problem.
And the same problem where man say black people have a wife, this and black people, and the same problem him have, you know.
Yeah, but of course.
The problem where him claim say, yeah, it was a total, it was a good example of the problem.
Him is a product of the same problem, my brother, because that is why him thinking so hard.
Yes.
And just by saying him a perpetuate the problem.
Yeah, of course.
Because him agree with the white man. Them say we not good and we
not make nothing. We did the Africa with us living in a straw house.
Tree and like mountain and thing there.
Egypt in Africa. You know about Egypt in Africa.
And this is a thing when we notice that they might try to push forward in a recent time. Say Egypt is not a part of Africa.
I don't hear it. A long time they matter that.
Yeah, well, the truth of the matter is that as a youth, when we first hear about Egypt, I never think of Africa.
No, sir.
I never think of Africa.
Well, last time I look at the map, it is still there, so.
Are they certain there?
Yeah, man.
Are they certain there?
All right, so give time.
Yeah, man, I heard.
Yeah, continue. You know, say, is that question me I ask? I don't know what me ask question. If God come from earth here right now, the people who are on earth who good, like Neil, will he go to heaven in the same body, or he might go dead and then go to heaven? In other words, people with body they are heaven, are just spirit they are heaven. Maybe Neil can answer me, because I know him go to heaven. I don't know if I'm going to go in the same body, or if I'm going to just go in that spirit, or if it's spirit in heaven. If pure spirit they are heaven, where the purpose side, where them are do up there? I mean, where the spirit them are do. And if you go in your body, what you do daily, on a day-to-day basis, when you're in heaven. Somebody have explained it to me. Is anybody out there have ever been to heaven? Could you please call the program and let me understand this thing clearly? Because the way them talk about heaven is like people know exactly where you're going in heaven. But I realize that people say you have to dead for go to heaven. Because it's a spirit that is not your body. Because your flesh is corrupt according to them. Your flesh is corrupt. So God's not interested in your flesh. If you do it, He make it. God make your flesh, and put spirit in it. And then the man tell you, say, God not interested in your flesh as spirit. So is my spirit different? If I accept God and Neil accept God, is Neil's spirit different from my spirit, or just one spirit? These things is very important things to me personally. You understand? I don't know if you can differentiate spirit. Or you differentiate spirit. If spirit react the same way in flesh, what is the purpose of death? Because some people tell me, say them see spirit. Yeah, so the spirit come and talk to me at the same dress. The same dress when my granny dead, at the same dress she come back and talk to me in the house. Me I say, wait, that dress is a serious dress. That's it. That dress they go over, transcend death and life and come back in a life. People say, boy, them put on water over there, so and when them come back, them don't see the water. The dopey drink it off. If dopey that spirit or the water staying at them, I don't understand how it go. How it go. Because you're supposed to have flesh or water staying at you. If the spirit, if I don't spirit, the water just run outside you. I don't know if spirit's solid. Is spirit solid or it is watery or like air, like smoke? When Jesus come from earth, will we all go as in the rapture in this flesh, or will Him take us up? Who's good like Neil? Make we park in the sky little, and then Him just destroy me and everybody else down here like me, and then Him just make everybody like Neil come back down on the earth now, and it's a new earth, new Jerusalem, and all the wicked people them just burn up in a fire. As a matter of fact, you're not going to just burn up and dead, you know. You're going to torture you for 1,000 years. This is the compassionate God that I talk about, you know, the compassionate who's supposed to love and kind and generous. You're going to put you in a fire and you're going to burn for 1,000 years. So we want to know if it's the same flesh you're going to have in the fire. Because we know, say, at certain degrees, this your flesh will melt. So I don't know what kind of fire that's going to make you stay night for 1,000 years and torment you for 1,000 years. That means you're going to live longer then. You're going to live longer in a hell than how you live on earth, you know. Because you can't, people who ever live 200 years old on earth, much less, people live 1,000 years in hell. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. According to what me learn in my Sunday school, according to what me learn in a church, them have it wrong. Not go so. There is another way to look on it, and them now examine the next way. It don't. If you was to follow what them I say, and you start to think intelligently, you realize it's stupid, it's fool thing. It don't make no sense. Because all the questions that I ask are some little picnic question. Some little 3-year-old. Daddy, tell me something. When you go heaven, you go with spirit or you go with flesh in the spirit? Or the spirit in the flesh? Where you go? When you go in heaven, God is going to take up all the good people them in the sky and then burn up the earth with the bad people them and then bring back the good people them down on the earth. How it going to work? So when the good people them come down on earth, what them going to have? Them going to have cell phones, said we, them going to have television, what them going to have? I mean, what going to happen? You just sit down and just say, oh, they are heaven now. That boring life, that. Boring. It's really boring. So, it don't make no sense. Tell anybody to move the Baruka to that. Whatever want to call it jungle, you know, because jungle conjure up a whole heap of little foolishness, but for the purpose of what we are saying, we're going to this place in Africa, jungle style, you know what I mean, like, really way up in some bush. And you have some people there where all them know the advance of anything is to put them ears on the ground. And given them can't tell if it's a human being a come, them can't tell if it's a dog, them can't tell if it's a snake, by just putting them ears on the ground. The vibration of the ground make them know is what coming, what kind of animal coming. So them put them ears on the ground and say, there's somebody coming. And it's a human being. And them say, there's somebody coming. There's something coming. Is a dog a come, or is a snake make a run. By just putting them ears on the ground and listening, them know that. Now, that is science. That is high science, you know, because if that same person right do that come out here so in a Jamaica and do that, you know. People that say, boy, that man has some really high, you know, God sent supernatural being that, but not a supernatural being, you know. Because if you live amongst them, you learn that way. If you listen, if you go amongst them and sit down with them regular, you learn how to do it. It's like when the first time I see a talking drum player, a Nigerian region named Sonny Okoson, with their Cuba. First time I left Jamaica, I got Cuba with Jimmy Cliff. And then they have an African artist named Sonny Okoson. And we stand up, I want to tell you, say, Copeland supposed to remember him too, because Copeland go back to Africa with Peter Tosh. And him never did at that time, and we go down there. I think before Peter Tosh or after Peter Tosh. But anyway, Sonny Okoson has shown me how the talking drum work. And what Sonny Okoson do is whisper something to me. Like when I say, why Neil love loop on him cell phone, it's man, like girls I check him, and no girl now I check him. And then now Sonny Okoson take the talking drum and put on him arm and him take a little bit of him start to beat it. And him asks a brethren the way down at the bottom, him say, must interpret what him say. And the brethren say, you know, say Neil love look and him sing a love for girl. Me I say, wow, this is Now, to me, who don't understand the thing and know the thing, it's like a weird thing. But guess what? To them, it's not a weird thing because if you live amongst them, eventually you know how it do and what is happening. You understand? But to the Western mind, they say, wow, that is why white man did ban the drum in a Jamaica and in a which part of the slave them, because the slave them used to send a message through the drum. The language of the drum make the other slave on the next plantation know it's like smoke signal. Where the Native American them used to send up smoke signal for give message. White people come and see the smoke up in the sky, them couldn't interpret what the smoker say. But yet still the white man ban things where him realize it's after a while him catch on pan it, you know. White people catch on pan the drum thing, you know, and realize about weird. At that them I do, we don't want none of them play drum. Anyone want to play drum, it kill him, I go hang on, no. So them ban the drum. Now the reason why I say that is to say this, that there are simple things where we as African people do that if you bring it into the Western world or so, it look like you have some high science, man. And we know say it's not no high science, it's just science. Just like how when you have certain bush and your grandmother put that bush together and that bush together and say you have belly ache and use this, and but as you don't take the bush so your belly stop hurt you. Them things they get lost. You understand? It get lost. So when me look at the brother now and me see the brother put on him ears on the ground and me not marvel about it. Because me I say Africa me there and me expect anything else or no. But me know say I know magic. Me know say I know magic. Cause me not into that thinking. Me know say I know magic in my door. There's something that you have to learn in the community. And after a while you put your head on the ground and listen to the foot beat. It's like, I mean, obviously, if you put your head on the ground and hear an ass, you're supposed to know say an ass will come. Because you know an ass have a different tread from a dog. And a dog tread quieter than an ass. And a snake a rattle on the ground. So it's not no magic. It's just to know and study nature. And when you study nature, you know, say, well, boy, right now, nature guide you and lead you to certain things which look like, yeah, it be out. You understand? So, me I look on these man and me I see them a dance and them wrap up themselves with one another. Like, all of them come together and wrap up themselves and them look like snake, like a anaconda. You know, all of them anaconda where you see that movie. The man, them a move like a snake on the ground. And me I say, wow. Look on a dance there, because a dance them are doing, but them just interpret the dance in way how the snake move. But when you look on it, if you was to look on them from top of a hill and look down in a valley and see them, you'd have think there's a big snake down there, you'd have to run. Because you have to wait, with a big snake here today. But that's the way of Africa. That's the way. It's like when you see my bridge in them down a Mumbai and them fire, you say, white people come out and wonder how the hell these black people cannot eat fire. There's a simple way for it. Simple. We do that, rub fire upon my skin and see them like them, because you know what is there, what is happening. You know what is happening, but to the outside it look like magic. But it's not magic. But you see, until you can't understand the workings of a natural thing, you start to give it over to supernatural thing, a supernatural behavior. That is how gods are created. Gods are created because man cannot sometimes explain the outcome of certain situations in the environment where I'm living at. So because him can't explain it now, him give it over to a supernatural being. So I said, this way, the only way you can come to this is because there's something out there that is controlling your movement. and controlling your brain. That is why you do that. And it's so, a whole heap of we get tricked. A whole heap of we get tricked because the same person, when you're there at church and you come to him sick and him push you down on the ground, he must say heal. Why him don't go in at the hospital them, go heal the people them? Why him not go downtown them hours a night, yeah? Oh, me never see a preacher who had all of them. Me never see them make a man who have one hand grow back him hand yet. Or grow back him foot. I don't see none of them downtown in the middle night. I heal the people them lay down on the road. But them collect big money in them big synagogue and big church. I push down people on the road and say them I heal them. So it's only in front of thousands of people them can't heal. You never hear them say, when you give your right hand, don't make your left hand no. Then how come the only time them can't heal people is when them have thousands of people in front of them? Warm to the man them downtown. We're sick. We have all sorts of disease and all them something there. Down at Peter's Lane, in front of Central Police Station. And them place that them for go heal the people them, and then they will make me believe in them. If them not do that, them are pure liar and thief. And that we say. Yes. Hail.
Hail, Muta.
Ah, blessed man, how are you, man?
Yeah, man, everything is everything. And just one special request to Stocky from Yard Street, Franklin Town, who are listening. We used to go Kingston Technical High School, and Lydie Cox, who is in Jamaica. And
I hear him call me the other day. Him come down, I hear him come out the gate the other day, and him just in that part still.
All right, me give him the number. So he will phone you later today and make arrangements to come in and interview thing, the reasoning.
Yeah. Well, I think when he called me from last week, when I say him never call me, I never hear from him. I mean, him call me.
Yeah, but me just give him the number a while ago. See?
Oh, okay.
So him a listen right now.
Okay.
So, me love what you say about, again, the lesson, the education has to be repeated constantly.
Yes.
Like the example that passed through was say the African woman they must marry to European men. And
yeah, you can't say black man worthless. Them black man no know to take care of woman. That's what say.
He's talking about himself.
Most.
Him worthless. You see, he's an example of the problem. Prime example of the problem.
Yes. Yeah. You didn't hear the tape when I play with him?
No, I never hear the tape, but I hear the comments. I hear the comment after from a phone in and your comments. So pick up on that. But it's the usual thing that we hear over the years.
Yeah.
We have these kind of people saying that the reason why our people were enslaved and brought to the Caribbean and elsewhere is because we were wicked.
Yeah, we're backward.
Because we were wicked. Yes.
Yeah. We go against God. We go against God.
We go against God. Yes. Exactly. You know, these people are totally mentally enslaved by the Europeans to justify the wickedness of what the Europeans have done to us and doing to us. And
you know, it's like a woman will get raped, start blame herself. It's not them up we are doing now. We get rape and start say our fault why we get rape.
It's the victim blaming the victim.
Yeah.
For what happened and not the criminal, the culprit. And just like what you were saying about the IMF, you know, I the Mandingo always have to remark after the war with Hitler, but the Americans, the British and the French did was set up the IMF and the World Bank specifically to continue to rob and plunder other peoples in the world, especially our people as African people.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, the IMF and the World Bank is not designed to help the majority of the people in the country. It's only for the few rich to perpetuate their system of robbing the people and exploiting the people. And these politicians, not just in Jamaica but elsewhere, who go along with the dictates of the IMF, a lot of them who do it, they don't go along out of ignorance, you know. Hello?
Yeah, me a listen man.
Yeah, they know what they are doing, but because they are getting their cut, some crumbs off of the cake of exploiting the people, they don't say anything. And this is why we, the people, African people in Jamaica, who are the majority and elsewhere in Africa and the rest of the Caribbean, we have to fight against these down pressers.
Well, Bridget, I can tell you something now, because I hear it with the radio attack certain things, and we know a few ones cross the border still and recognize where we are say. But me I tell you, it's the majority of Jamaican people, just a simple little thing to say. You know, some is African is the wickedest thing them can say to themselves. The wickedest thing them can say to themselves is say them is African. Him gone? Cut off, get cut off. Yeah, my Bridget get cut off. You know, my call for London. London never call for me. Yeah, man. It's a weird thing. If you get a man, if you go and get certain Jamaican vexed, to tell them so them are African, may I tell you?